Most people think Maya's legacy particles are outdated, but they are still the fastest way to create very good controlled simulations. In the next 10 minutes, I'm going to show you step by step on how to create this rain simulation using legacy particles and why old school method is still better to create particle simulation. Let's build this from scratch. Create a polygon plane and increase its subdivisions, which will act as a ground. Create another polygon plane and increase its subdivision again and translate it in y-axis, and this will act as our emitter plane. Freeze their transformations and rename them. Now here is the old way of creating particles. Select the emitter plane and under End Particles, go to Legacy section and choose Emit from Object and select Surface under Emitter Type. Increase the rate to 100 and hit Create. And make sure your playback speed is chosen to play every frame under Time Slider in Preferences. The particles are emitting in the wrong directions. To emit it downwards, go to Polygon menu set and under Mesh Display, just reverse the normals. The particles are emitting downwards, but it's too small to see the result. Now select the particles and go to its Particle Shape tab. Under Render Attributes, change the render type to Sphere and playback to see the result. Let's resize the emitter plane and the ground. Now select the ground plane and under Legacy Particles, make it a soft body. Go to its settings and change the creation options to Duplicate, make copy soft and hide the original, that is the non-soft object, and make it a goal as well. To know more about goal, subscribe and leave a comment, and I will create a separate tutorial on what goal and its uses. Now select the soft body particles and create springs under same legacy section and choose wireframe from the creation section. The springs create links between individual particles and give them an interconnected motion. Now to create an interaction between the emitter particles and the ground, select the emitter particle and the ground and make collide under Legacy Particles. Select the soft body particles and under Fields, choose Radial Field. Playback to see its effect. The strength is not enough, so change the magnitude of the radial field and play back again, and now you can see a radiant ripple on the soft body. The more closer you keep the radial field to ground, the intensity will be more, hence adjust the magnitude accordingly. Now modify the max distance value to control the ripple coverage distance. Now the main part is to connect the emitter particles and the radial field so the ripples are created from the emitted particles. So select the emitter particles and the radial field and under Fields, choose Use Selected as Source. Play back the result, but the particles are not creating any ripples until Apply per Vertex is checked on. Great! Each emitter particle is creating ripples when hitting the ground. Adjust the spring values to get more or less stiffness. Resize the emitter particles for ripple spacing. Hide the soft body particles and springs to see the result. Now, to get a rainy look, change the emitter particle's render type to streaks and change its line width, tail, fade and tail size. Playback and looks better now. Now to create the splashes, emit particles from another plane and collide it with the original ground plane. Change the new particle render type to streak and adjust its tail values. We want the new bouncing particles to create splashes. For that, select the new particles and under N particles, choose Particle Collision Event Editor and emit new set of particles and kill the original particles. Change the new generated particle type to multi-streak and change its tail values. The particles are bouncing too much, so create a gravity field to pull it down. If the bounce is still high, select the ground plane and under Geo Connector, lower its resilience factor to control the bounce. And increase the gravity strength too. Adjust the attribute values and frame the scene. Here's the output. If you found this legacy particle trick helpful, hit that subscribe button, turn on the notifications and follow me to make sure you never miss a workflow shortcut. Thanks for watching.